Harshad Parashare shares his vision behind Parashare and Piyush Mishra's magical Balimara. Watch ITV Gold's exclusive interview with Harshad Parashare, the visionary founder of Parashare Entertainments, a leading company in live entertainment shows and international tours. With a background in theatre and product design, Harshad's passion for performing arts led to the inception of the company in 2017. Under his leadership, Parashare has achieved significant milestones, presenting over 200 shows globally and building a dedicated audience base of 230,000 plus. Without further ado, here's the interview with the mogul of theatrical exhibitors in the United States, Harshad Parashare. So, how did Parashare Entertainment come about, and what motivated you to transition from distributing films to organizing live entertainment shows and international tours?
Awesome. First of all, thanks for inviting me over here, and it's pleasure talking to you today. Um,
Likewise.
in fact, films happened for a very short time. It was just by the way. My real heart is in the live shows.
Oh.
When I was in school, I started doing a little bit of theater, and then academics got over. I studied product design, went to design management schools, and did a lot of things into product design and customer experience. When this entire theater and the production as an element was set on the side, but once a theater wala, always a theater wala is what I have realized. I believe in that. And while distributing films, one of the directors of the film, he said, "Hey, you know what? We have a stage show. Would you like to get it touring?" Yeah. And I said, "Yeah, why not?" But he said, "The way you have done my film for not only the US market, I did that for the global market, except India." He said, "You will have to do my show for the global market as well."
Wow.
Now, just recently, then I had read a book by Richard Branson who said, as an entrepreneur, you should first say yes and then figure out things to go about doing that. So I
Wow.
said yes, and then it was an interesting journey, learned a lot. It was not an easy task,
So,
but
your first response is always yes to anything?
no, we believe in content first. Content is
Okay.
the king for us. So we actually, in today's time, not boasting, but this is the fact that we say more of no's than yeses to the proposals that
Ah.
we keep getting. Yeah.
And where are you from, India? Like, you were so attracted to theater and you were participating, I believe. So how did the journey begin? Like, what age did you
Yeah.
realize? Ah.
So I was doing engineering, and I was not very good at it. But at the same time, I was doing theater, and I belong to a town named Nashik, if you know about it.
Of
It's
course.
famous for vineyards now. And all those vineyards were empty grounds. We used to play cricket together over there. And now all the vineyards stand over there. We are so proud. But that is the city where we had a lot of exposure to good theater. We performed in the city, we performed outside for various competitions, and I was more involved in the backstage and the production part, and not on the acting or
I
that part.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Piyush Mishra project, Balli Mara now. It seems to have a unique concept inspired by the lanes in Delhi where Mirza Ghalib once lived. But isn't
Yeah.
that the name of his band as well, Balli Maran?
Correct. That is the name of the band. That is the name of the show. And we started exploring this possibility in 2023 as to what could be the show that would have, like I said, content is the king, and it would be engaging. The customer experience, the patron experience has to be unique. Because if we are doing the same things that the market is doing right now, then it's no
Right.
fun. Let's कुछ अलग करते हैं. That was the thinking. And we were fortunate to connect with the producers of that show through our mediators, and I thank all of them. And that is how things shaped up. They were pretty fast. Things shaped up very fast. So we said, let's do this. And now we have 10 shows lined up coast to coast.
Wow. So is it like going to be a world tour, or are you just doing this in US and North America?
Good question. Right now, it is North America. They are already done with Europe, and
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure they are thinking about other geographies as well. But we thought, let's deliver this first. Let's not overpromise. Let's deliver this in the right fashion, and we will, if God is grateful, we will surely do more work.
I have to tell you, I've already bought my ticket.
Really
Yes. A big
awesome. I look
fan
forward
of
to
Piyush
receiving you.
Mishra.
Yeah.
So, as a market leader with successful shows across various countries, what strategies did you employ to build and expand this audience base?
See, so it's not only me. There is a whole team with me that works at Parashare Entertainments. We are a full time team of 3 to 4, but we have some part timers who are about 3 to 4 as well. So, and most of us are from the design world. Most of us went to design schools, media schools, and we understand the details of what it takes to sell products in the digital world today. So for last 15 years, 14 years, I have worked with and worked for various giant corporations in the world of digital product design, digital marketing as well. So most of our shows, you would see, we don't have sponsors. um, they are self-sustained, and not that we are not looking out for sponsors. We are definitely looking out, but there was a point until which we had to stop chasing sponsors because we didn't have that kind of a foothold yet. Today we
Right.
stand at organically grown data of 250,000 customers just in the
Wow.
United States.
How
uh,
wonderful.
None of it is about data. It's a hard work that we have put in for last 7 to 8 years by doing shows. COVID
Okay.
benefited people. COVID didn't benefit us. It kind of went brutal on us.
Of
But
course.
in
And
that
this
time,
is
when
your full-time profession, right? This started as a startup and you're not like into IT or doing something else, and this is like a side business for you. You are full-time into this.
yes, so until from 2018 to May of 2023, I was doing this as a side hustle. But then I realized the kind of lineup we had put up. After that, I thought it would be unfair to my employer, to my family, to myself, and let's take a plunge. So we as a family came together, spoke to our advisors, and it was a decision that was taken right in the month of May 2023. And couldn't be thankful to all the advisors. Couldn't be thankful to my family. So yeah, that's how it is.
Talk about the challenges you faced. You mentioned about COVID. Did you have to face, like when you say sponsors, did they come up with some demands about, like they try to overpower or overtake the show? And you said you wanted to sustain and grow organically with your database and everything. So, did you really face challenges? And was there a point where like it's like a very Everest moment, like you could climb up or you could go down because it's not easy, starting something like this and then growing.
Yeah, you said it. So March of 2020 until September of 2020, we had 49 shows lined up in the United States, out of which one tour was already on. And we had to pause everything on March 14, 2020, when the pandemic was announced. Uh, so many $1,000. I cannot spell out the number.
Oh my God.
But,
Did you have insurance? You did have insurance, I'm hoping,
we
like,
did. However,
okay.
insurance companies didn't cover for pandemic.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yes.
But the venues were kind to us. They said, we will not refund money, but we can give you date credits. And airlines said, we will not refund your money. We will give you coupons in the name of the artist only. So we had to hold all those artists for 2 years.
Oh,
Then USCIS didn't refund us a single penny. Uh,
oh.
so we lost all the money with the USCIS. We were crushed. I mean, I still remember that time when I was on a call with Lufthansa for about wait time of about 5 to 7 hours, and then realized that Lufthansa has actually closed its all offices, and
Oh.
we had to go through an agent who finally helped us get the artists who were there in the US fly back to India. Yeah,
Oh.
it was a very learning time. But we did online shows in COVID time, and that's how our penetration went to various geographies. So, for example, our online
Oh.
shows were watched in Nigeria, and today we have a solid data of Nigeria. Tomorrow we can plan a show over there, and that we
Wow.
can go in that market as well. So,
So
COVID
there's
kisko.
always a silver lining to a cloud then.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wonderful.
And I always believe that, that saying, अगर किसी चीज को जी जान से चाहते हो तो सारी कायनात आपको मदद के लिए आ जाती है. I
जी.
totally believe in that. It takes a
Hmm.
village, and it has taken a village for, all
Hmm.
our community partners, all our various partners, guides, who have been with us in all locations. Uh, I'm really, really thankful for all their support.
And you do have some investors now at this point. You've grown and angel investors.
There are a couple of them. However, it's more out of their affection towards what we do, and we have welcomed them. Right now, we are not raising funds in terms of venture capital or anything. We are still bootstrapped. But having said, we are definitely looking at community partners in various locations. And sometimes we do sell shows as well. Like in the month of June, July, we are doing Ajay Atul tour over here. We have four
Wow.
shows lined up right now. But if someone wants to have a show, we are happy to have that conversation and hand over a show or two to somebody else.
How nice. So, how does the team collaborate to curate creative and engaging shows while ensuring delightful experience? Like you would have people all over India. Do you just pick up shows from India or is it from other countries as well?
No, so right now we obviously started with from the local markets, and we then started doing shows from Indian market, bringing to the US market, and sometimes at various other geographies as well. We have made shows happen in Canada, in UK, in Europe, Middle East, Australia, Singapore, and New Zealand. Apart from US, I mean. And we have an entity as Parashare Ventures India Private Limited, where we would soon be starting doing shows in Indian market. The objective until now was to understand the lay of the land. Now we have learned enough, and I think we are in that spot where we would be now producing our own shows. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, so there are a couple of shows. We are working with Mame Khan and Purbayan Chatterjee to compose a show, and that would soon be on the floor in India. And in the month of September, we would be getting Mame over here with Purbayan and the entire musician
How
gang.
exciting. So, can you share some memorable experiences or moments from the 200 plus shows that you have presented across countries like US, Canada, UK, Germany, right?
Yeah, totally. First of all, I need to update the website to make it 400 plus shows.
Wow.
uh, there, every day, I'm telling you,
How many
every
people
day,
are there in your army, by the way?
6 people.
Amazing.
6 people meet every day. But at the same time, at each location, we have at least 7 to 8 team members, crew members, freelancers whom we interact with, and they are our backbones, when it comes to the individual shows in individual cities. Yeah. Memorable moments, I think, each show, when it's done, the project is complete, that is when I have that sigh of happiness. And
Of course.
my wife always says that you guys do so much, but I haven't seen you sitting at a show and watching it full. Uh,
Ah.
and
So you haven't really watched Balli Maran. Of course, you would have watched it online, some glimpses here and there, but you haven't really had the experience.
No, I haven't watched it full yet. I have seen snippets of that in terms of reels and their YouTube and stuff.
Correct.
I think that is good enough for the intuitive mind that our team also carries in terms of curation. Yes, our India team, they do visit and watch the shows where we are not very sure how the show is going to be. And like I said, many a times we have to, respectfully say no to some of the producers because, not all the shows can be taken global. Some
Correct.
shows, it's not that they are not good. They are all the shows that we visit are good, but there needs to be some adaptability to the market. So that match has to there is a method to that madness, and I think we are onto something over there.
So, how do you envision this community collaborating and creating? There are like, creative minds everywhere. How do you connect with them? Because you do want to transcend language and location eventually and create something.
Absolutely. So right now the focus is on executing, rolling out what all we have on our table. But at the same time, Parashare Productions is something that is big on our mind. We are talking to various artists, local as well as international, and trying to work out products with them, designing shows with them, and looking at, creating that unique experiences. So we have the way we have our team structured is really, I'm proud to say that this company, the startup, really functions as any other digital product startup. So we work in agile sprints. We work in so we do Jira, we do Figma, we do Google Suite, we do DocuSign, we do QuickBooks, and
Oh,
really speaking, it's a digital company. Every morning we have a stand up. The only thing that we don't do, which is different than the digital product company, is they create apps and websites and portals on this. We create in person shows.
wonderful.
So that is the thinking that the team possesses, and we are able to, move a little bit ahead every day, trying to make some difference in the community and trying to involve everybody.
Of
We
course.
many a times, community partners say, if I am there, no one else can be there.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and we always say, hey, you know what, our objective is to get more and more people, so let's come together.
Exactly.
Let's
Yes.
come together and make this whole thing a success. Yes, we have a risk of 1,000 seats already on our head. Can you take a little bit from us? And let's divide and conquer the responsibilities. We do offer our sponsors or community partners a great visibility through our email databases and social media. Um, so yeah, we recently got projected on various news wires that are there in the market. So yeah, that's how it is going.
That's a wonderful strategy. And before we wrap up, tell our audience why they should go and watch Balli Maran.
Number one thing, they should trust us. We have been only and only doing shows with where we say content is the king. Piyush Mishra is touring in the United States for the first time. This is his way of paying tribute to Delhi, where he spent a number of years. He is a National School of Drama alumnus, and he also is paying his tribute to Mirza Ghalib. That's how the name of the show is, Balli Maran, where Mirza Ghalib, when he used to be in Delhi, used to stay over there. This is this is a very rich show, which is a treat when it comes to lights and sound and the content. So the songs like Husna or Arambha Hai Prachanda, These when you start listening them, you get that sigh of warmth in you. But when you would see that song getting performed in person,
It's
it's a
goosebumps, trust me.
totally,
It's
totally,
very revolutionary. So
totally. And
totally
you
looking
have
forward to it and wonderful talking to you. I'll see you at the show.
awesome. I'll see you at the show as well. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.